Good morning, everybody. This is Sharon here, energy artist.
Sorry.
Go. We're so excited, like we can't even wait.
I can't even wait to get going. This is insane. And I'm Noelle, and welcome to, I think this is table talk number 3 or 4.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah, one of those. So it doesn't really matter. And the exciting thing about this this video is that Sharon and I are both recording from our brand new space.
Yay!
Yay!
It's so amazing. So the thing I love about this is that I'm in Sydney, Australia, and Noelle is in Tasmania. Well, I'm going to say like Tasmania as a state, but
yes, it is.
I sort of said Sydney, which is the state of New South Wales. But, you know, I kind of always get confused with that stuff. Anyway, whatever. But she lives on a mountaintop in this amazing place. And
yes, I do. Yes.
The view is absolutely spectacular.
Spectacular. And the mountain, for those of you who don't know, Mount Wellington is a sacred place for the Indigenous Australians. So where I live is sort of halfway up Mount Wellington, and when I first arrived, when I first moved in, that was the first thing that struck me was, you know, they the message I got right there that night was, this is sacred ground. And the energy of the Indigenous Australians is speaking through the land so loud at the moment. Yeah, I don't want to get into the history of the Indigenous Australians here in Tassie, but just to know that the energy that comes up from the ground is palpable.
It's fantastic.
You can see it, you can feel it. My energy healing sessions have gone through the roof. It is just incredible.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And just to share as well, later in the year, once it's not like snowing and we can fly, I will be travelling to Tassie to do a couple of sessions down there with Noelle in her space. So some art sessions and some cacao ceremony.
Yeah.
So circle ceremony. So it'll be really exciting to be able to feel that energy while we're down there.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Cannot wait.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be amazing. That's for sure. Okay, where do you want to go from here? We got so much to share. There is so much that Sharon and I want to talk about, messages that we want to give you that we've been receiving, transmissions, downloads. There is so much we want to get out, and we can hardly wait.
I know.
So,
and I posted this morning on my Facebook page, and I'll just quickly read it to you. It's just a little cute image. It is important to make friendships that are deeper than gossiping, drinking and hanging out. Make friends who you can have a deep conversation with. Make friends you can cry with. Make friends who support your life goals and believe in you. And when I saw that, I thought this is just so perfect for us for today, because we, when we talk and connect, we really like channel that energy through, and you know, the stuff that comes out, we've done a lot of these recordings or like these sessions without recording them, and then at the end thought, damn it, why did we not record that? That was like such good content. So which is why we've now decided to start recording these things, so that we can share the information with you that comes out in these sessions. So that's the thing that I love about it.
Oh, absolutely. And that's actually a great point that you made, Sharon. I'm thinking back on the 13 odd years that I've known you. I don't think we've never gossiped.
I don't think so.
No, we just don't go there.
No, probably as a joke or something, but not ever like in a negative kind of way.
Well, it's never been, our conversations have never been about tearing anybody down. As you said, it's about, we open up and we channel. And together, you and I together is a powerful force. Yeah, but thank you. That's wonderful. Thank you. I'll have to look at your post and comment on it.
Yeah, awesome. So I did allude a little bit to what we were going to talk about today, just to get the interest of, you know, a couple of the viewers. So the viewers, right?
You know what? This is going to be hilarious. Actually, when I thought about our video today, I did want to start it with "Hello, viewers." And that's when you just said that, I went, oh my God, we're on the same page again.
I love it.
Yeah.
So the weird thing is, right, I'll think of Noelle and she'll call me, and she thinks of me and I call her. So we have this, I don't know, some weird thing going on, and I'll call her and she goes, "You freak."
That's right.
It's my superpower, right?
It is, absolutely. It's just like our timelines keep crossing over, whatever it is. Yeah, but anyway, that's something else I want to talk about today as well, is the timelines and how they cross over and what they look like, and synchronicity and all that sort of stuff.
Awesome. So the last couple of weeks I've been doing like lots of Zoom calls and meetings, online meetings, and connecting with different people. And the thing that keeps coming up for me a lot in the last few weeks is the transition. So the transition to the 5D and beyond. So when I posted this morning, my stupid autocorrect changed it to 5G. So I hope people think I'm not going to talk about internet stuff, but the dimensions. So the like the fifth dimension. And I know that's something that you, Noelle, are really connected with at the moment, but I just keep seeing it. And the connection with the work that I do, like with the divine feminine and the divine being, is like that bridging gap of 3D, 4D, 5D, like going from that masculine energy into that feminine energy and bridging that gap and being open. And for years I've been saying something big is coming, I feel like something big is coming, something big is going to happen. I don't know what it is, but this is what I feel it's going to be, this transition for people, awakening into this. So I'm going to let you talk about that, because this is
no, that's okay. There's
kind of
so
area.
much. Like, you know, I was on a conference call yesterday with a group of amazing women, and I shared with them that over the past couple of weeks, I have been told to shut up on a number of occasions. You know, I innocently made a comment on a post on Facebook, and over 200 people came out and just absolutely hammered me and told me to shut up. I didn't know what I was talking about. You know, the whole thing, it was just, I found it amusing that they were triggered, that, you know, I was able to, you know, that I triggered these people. That's fine. I don't take it personally. And then during the conference call yesterday, I realized that, and I've said this to you before, Sharon, is that the message that keeps coming through me is just open your mouth and speak.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here I have the polarity on this side saying, shut up. And then on the other side saying, you need to speak. We need to speak through you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
So I found that really interesting, that, that's why there's this, the third dimension, very thick, very heavy energy in the third. This is our 3D reality, is what we're seeing right now. And so ascending into the fifth dimension is, okay, sorry, I'm trying to get my thoughts in order at the moment.
Cool.
So the other night when I was meditating, what I was shown was, you know, with all the different realms, we got the darkness down here is, you know, 0 to 1. 3D reality is what we're living in right now. Then we got time and space. Then we have the fifth dimension, which is just infinite. It's amazing. I really want to go deeply into what is in the fifth dimension, but there's even higher levels right up to the 12th dimension.
Yeah.
So I was viewing them as like a 12-layered cake.
Yeah, right.
And then we ascend into the fourth, and we ascend it. And then they said to me, no, humans need to make sense out of chaos all the time.
Yeah.
And what it was is that they said to me was, where you're not, the dimensions are not in layers. They said, rise up above and look down and see what you see. And then come underneath and look up and see what you see. All the dimensions are happening at simultaneously, all at once, at the same level.
Yeah, right.
So we're not actually ascending into anything. We're experiencing, we're just stepping into the fifth dimension reality. And the fifth dimension reality is there's no polarity. There is manifestation instantly. There is, cosmic love. There is, there is just so much encapsulated in the fifth dimension that there are times where I look around and go, this doesn't seem real. What I'm looking at does not seem real. Yeah, because I work and I walk through the fifth dimension all the time, the third dimension sometimes just doesn't make sense. Yeah, but I did journal everything that I was told and shown, and I will get into that in a lot more detail in a minute, but I want to pass it back to you, Sharon, because I need to get my thoughts in order still. There's so much coming in, I don't know what to say first.
I know. Well, what I'll talk about, because as you know, I do a lot of artwork and creativity, and I work with people around creativity and bringing that out as a healing and a coping tool. And what I've noticed is during our little, lockdown pandemic and whatever, and I know I've got a few followers on my page from overseas, and I know that Australia has not had it as bad as some countries. So we've been really, really lucky. But the thing that I've really noticed is that people are actually turning to creativity as a coping mechanism. So, you're seeing all these people, like in Australia, we had the dress up to put your bin out night. So people were getting dressed up in, formal gear or fancy dress to put their bins out, taking photos and videos and posting it to a page. Or, lots of people are getting involved in cooking. There's so many art groups now on Facebook and online for people to express their creativity. It's really just connecting to that next level of connection. That creativity side is like that next level. It's almost, for me, it's like the bridge to that next level. It's like opening yourself up. And when when we were living our normal lives and we were racing around like crazy people and doing the grind every day, which really kind of gets on my nerves. I don't know, that word just irritates me, but you hear people going, come on, you have to do the grind, do the grind. You're kind of living in that very, like what you said before, Noelle, like that really thick, dense energy. And when people have kind of had to stop really and slow down and connect to that creativity, they've actually like stepped out of that they've stepped out of that denseness into like another layer, into another level. Yeah. And they've opened their minds, and it's absolutely amazing. I love seeing it. And, this is what I work with a lot with my clients is getting them to shift their thought patterns by using art and creativity. Earlier in the year I did a presentation and I made people get up and dance, which, I'm not a great dancer, but it's the movement, like, the movement of your body that creates energy flow. And amazingly, every single person in that crowd stood up and danced except for one lady. And I sort of said to her, are you going to stand up and dance? Like, what's happening? And she just kind of put her head down, and I thought, okay, she's not ready. That's cool. But by the end of it, she was tapping her foot. So I thought, at least she's moving. This is a good thing. But it's really like connecting to that energy around you. And we have talked about energy before, that every single thing has energy. And it's really just harnessing that energy to use it for the better.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So I've just had to move away from my computer because the drilling, I'm having a deck, there's a deck being built around the brand new house, and it's going to be an all over, like a wrapping deck around. So when Sharon runs her cacao ceremonies and art journaling, we're doing it on the deck outside.
Yay!
It's freaking amazing.
It'll be exciting.
So exciting.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to my computer because this is where I have all my notes and journaling and all my thoughts that I've written. So hang on. Yeah. All right. So do you mind, Sharon, if I just read some of this stuff?
No, go for it. Absolutely fine.
Thank you so much. It's really exciting. It really is. So these are when I have... Can you hear that drilling?
Yeah, it's all good. Is he good looking?
Yeah, it's all good. Is he good looking?
Yeah. If he is, we can. If he is, we can forgive him for noise, right? I don't know.
He's building my deck. I'm forgiving him anyway. Oh my God! I didn't know how to answer that one.
It's funny. Anyway.
Well, he doesn't have two heads, if that's what you're asking.
Oh, that's good. That's awesome.
Yeah. No, I'm really excited to be sharing this. I really am. So this is my journaling and my thoughts, and I have to write it down as soon as the messages come in. Otherwise, I lose it. So, so this was back from the 6th of June. The messages came through on the night of the 5th of June from about 2 p.m. onwards. So what happened was I was taken, and I'm going to read it word for word, if that's okay.
Sure.
Boy. Ah, dear. All right. So from about 2 p.m. onwards, I was taken on a journey of the entire universe, and I was shown our known universe. And what I saw, what I was shown was our known universe was in amongst an infinite number of other universes, in amongst an infinite number of other universes, right? So our human thinking is that we have the Milky Way and then we have this. No, we're very limited. The third dimension is very, very limited, right? So that's what I was shown, universe in universes in universe, and it was infinite. It just went on and on and on. So these infinite universes were traveling around each other and through each other, just like in a spiral-like fashion. And I was then shown that these revolving universes look like DNA.
Yeah,
How interesting is that?
Yeah.
And then I was shown that our DNA is a replica of our infinite universe, and we embody the essence of all that we know to be, of all the known realities within us. So as above, so below. Hang on. It's right underneath me. Oh my goodness, it's vibrating up through the floor. Anyway. Can you pause the video?
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, mate, he won't be too. Yeah, so the DNA, our own DNA is a replica of the infinite universe. And this is how we can learn to quantum leap into other dimensions, right? So when I was shown our own DNA, I was then asked the question, do you remember who you are now? And remember, Sharon, years and years and years ago, that was the message that came through to me, is remember who you are.
Yeah.
So they asked me, do you remember who you are now? And I answered, I am you. I am a reflection of you. You are a reflection of me. So whenever I meet anybody new, I understand that they are just a reflection of who I am. And I'm a reflection of you, right?
Yeah, nice.
So at any given time, there's an infinite number of possible realities that we can be experiencing all at once. It's just that our limited minds, our limited thinking thinks that this is all we can experience right now, because that's all we can physically see and touch.
Yeah.
And I've written about this before, but they showed me the sliding doors movie and said, now multiply this by infinity.
Yeah.
Sliding doors scenario by infinity. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I was taken on a journey to the outer limits of the field, and I was told you can play with anyone you want. Right now, go out and play with anyone you want. And what happens is that with the infinite universes and infinite possibilities that are happening simultaneously, as I said, the layers of the realms are not like this. They are like this, and it is chaotic out there. It is chaos, but it is ordered chaos. Yeah. So we have these parallel lives that we can be living at any one given moment, not just what I'm seeing right now. It's like right now, as I'm sitting here talking to you, there could be another reality that I could fall off my chair. That's another reality.
Yeah.
Infinite number of possibilities, but we're stuck. People choose to stay stuck in this. I'm going to continue other things that they said, but I put a post on Facebook a couple of days ago, and all I wrote was, "It's time."
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and I had a whole lot of people comment on it.
Yeah.
But that's all I wanted to say was, "It's time," and that's what they said to me. It's time. It's time to wake up and understand that what you're seeing and what you're experiencing is not real. This is not real.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is just what we call reality, but it's not real. So it's time to wake up, step out of the polarity of the third realm, of the third dimension. And it took me a while to actually not get involved in what's been going on in the planet, because the minute you get involved in it, you're stuck, you go down again.
Yeah.
Right? All right, so this was the interesting bit. The next piece that I asked, I said to them, because they show me all this stuff, and I said to them, break it down and talk to me like I'm a 4-year-old. Okay, I always do that, like, because if I can understand it, then I can explain it.
Yeah.
So they said to me that everything we see is occurring in the brain first, and then we see it physically in our reality. You humans have it all backwards. You see, then you try to comprehend. It's the reverse. That's our truth. Your eyes are merely the movie projector of what is happening in your brain. You seem to believe that time happens on a straight line. Think of it as a cube where multiple lines are crossing over each other.
Yeah.
Infinite lines, infinite realities, infinite lives, infinite experiences.
Yeah.
Right? And this is why I was asking, and I'll end on this one and I'll pass it back to you. I said this all started because I actually said to them, now tell me once and for all, is our Earth flat or is it a globe? And you know that I'm a flat earther.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And this was their answer. You humans like to make sense of everything. The Earth is both flat and round, and neither round and flat, depending on who is observing it.
Interesting.
You don't understand that your reality is created by your observing the event. Your observation is what brings it into the third dimension of reality. You have the ability to traverse multiple dimensions at any given moment, but you choose to stay in one. We don't understand yet are amused at this. We live in one dimension and we are in awe of your abilities. We have not experienced the physical realm. We experience it through you. We are all watching you with awe and wonder as we cannot experience the physical. We have so many souls wanting to come through and join you at this time so they can experience the physical realm. And I said to them then, well, how do we switch these realities and timelines? And they said, change the feeling.
Yeah.
Change the feeling.
Yeah.
The minute you go into the soul, which is connected to the ether, the field, change the belief, change the feeling, and that will shift your path. That will shift your reality.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that, and I'll bring it down a level because that was pretty deep and full on.
That's just how it happens. I know.
And
Yeah,
some people will just be going, "What the hell?" But anyway, let me talk a bit about. You've heard about law of attraction, right? This is pretty much what you're talking about. It's like the thinking and then the happening, not the seeing and then you doing something. So I work a lot with law of attraction and manifesting. So I'll vision something and then it will happen. So it's like creating it first in your own mind and then the action happens, not the other way around. And I think that that's where that kind of brings it down to sort of a level that is understandable for people. But even then, some people still don't even get that, you know. Oh, how can I think of something and then it will happen? Well, it just does, you know. I actually use I have a book where I write things in of things that I want to happen. And I'll review it. So, you know, I don't write stupid things in it like, you know, I want to have $2 million tomorrow, because in reality, that is probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
But if you have measured and achievable thought patterns,
Yeah.
you know, you can definitely manifest that like 100%.
Hang on. Yep.
So coming back to the law of attraction and how that all kind of works with the manifesting. So it's definitely something that that you can do and that is an achievable action. So I do a lot of work around, as I said, a lot of work around the law of attraction for myself. And, you know, I've created things from writing things down that are achievable. And it's, you know, sometimes I just go, "Ooh, that's pretty cool." And then I went, Dad, I asked for that. So
yeah,
you can definitely, manifest what you want. And it really comes back to, you know, what you were just talking about then is like those alternate realities. You know, you've got to choose to live in that reality. You've got to choose to be in that space. And when you think about it is when you go there.
Yeah, that's exactly. Thank you. That's exact. And that is my last point. You literally word for word, you have summed up my last point today.
Awesome.
That's amazing. We're on the same page again. Incredible.
Love it. Love it.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
You know what? I haven't sworn yet.
Well, that's good.
Who for?
I don't know. Oh, that's funny.
Freaking awesome. So, can I go on to the next piece?
Yeah, go.
Great. So just to make our viewers aware that it's not all love and light. It's not all butterflies and roses and unicorns. When you're shedding the third dimension and heaviness from your body, from your soul, from your energy field, shit happens, man. It's heavy stuff. And on the 20th of June, the night of the 20th of June, I wrote down, this was a difficult one. I asked the question, why am I here? And they said, to raise your consciousness. And I said, for what purpose? And they said, to help others raise their vibration. I went, for what purpose? To help others ascend. For what purpose? To help humanity. And I went, for what purpose? And this went on for a while. I was really annoyed. Like, I was really like, what the freaking hell am I doing here? Am I just here to pay, to work, pay bills? You know, what am I doing here? For what purpose? You know, when we pass from this dimension into another, then what? You know, we can ascend to the field, we can ascend to the 12th dimension, and then what? For what purpose? What, you know, what's it all about? And I kept asking that question and they stopped answering me. I wasn't in the right frame of mind to actually receive any more messages. Really annoyed. I was really angry. I went, is that all there is? Is this whole thing random that we're doing? And why are we here? Is life random? Then what happens? What are we meant to do? And then the next night, this was the solstice night, I went back and I asked them, I went back for an answer and I said, what are we here for? This was their reply. They always come back to this. There's no meaning. You humans love to make order and sense out of everything. There is no meaning. You are here for an experience. We've said this before. You are passing through, collecting memories and experiences. And when you pass from this existence, you enter a new vibrational experience. When you pass through the gate, you arrive at a command center where you review your life's experiences. You keep the ones that you enjoyed and delete the ones that kept you bound. You decide if you want to return to the third dimension with the memories you have gathered and kept. You are here to remember all your existences and lessons that you gathered along the way. You are not here to learn, you are here to remember. This is how the script of your lives is played out. It starts in the control room.
Wow.
Right? I felt so much better after that. It's like when they, when they said, you're just here, it's like, think of life as a game. You're just here to have an experience. A third time, you signed up for this shit.
Yeah.
You sat there, sorry?
And you've got to like choose how you're going to actually be in that space. Are you going to be happy? Are you going to be sad? Are you going to be, bringing through past experiences with you, which a lot of people do.
Yeah.
They remember,
Go on.
They remember like past experiences and bring those through. And the patterning continues. So you sort of have lived in that space where, I don't know, some people are comfortable in that space, but some people choose to not be in that space and have a different experience.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And I love that. Hang on a sec. I'm just going to have a drink.
Do you want some of my water?
Before I choke. Anyway.
Yeah.
But I actually work with a lot of people in my sessions that have these past experiences that they've brought with them. And getting them to identify that is quite a powerful thing.
Yeah.
And I actually did this for myself. And I did a lot of deep diving a couple of years ago. And yeah, I discovered a few things about my past experiences that I just kept dragging along with me. And I thought, what the hell am I doing? And when I identified that, acknowledged it, and then said, okay, I understand why I've had that experience now. I didn't like it. I'm not taking it with me any longer, and I let it go. That's when things for me started to really change.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting to be able to actually connect with that now, in the now, and understand that some people have that. Why do some people always have bad luck, or why do some people always sort of like, woe is me, my life sucks, or whatever reason? It's because for some reason they've had that experience before and they're comfortable with it, so they keep going with that.
Yeah.
But when you choose to make that change to something different, that is when things start to become powerful for you.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Absolutely. Yeah. So the end result of all of that was, I don't need to worry or be concerned about anything whatsoever. Absolutely nothing. Everything's happening exactly as it needs to.
Yeah, good.
Mother Earth is purging at the moment.
Yeah.
So on a global scale, it's being purged. On an individual scale, we're being purged. So you multiply the purging that's going on across 7.5 billion people. Yeah. It's intense. It is intense, and it takes a lot of energy to be in the third dimension.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of energy to be human. Yeah, because we are dense.
Yeah.
So that we can feel it. All the other realms are not dense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a lot of energy to keep us here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, look, I just want to finish off with this. I'm at the moment, I'm being presented with a couple of choices.
Yeah.
Almost identical. And last night they said to me, choose one. And I went, really? They said, yeah, choose one. You can have either one. Which one do you want to call in? See, I don't like to use the word manifest. For me, it has woo-woo connotations that everyone's using the word manifest. That's me personally. That's me personally. I love to use calling in.
Yeah.
Calling it into my reality. And they said, which one do you want to call in? You can have anything that you desire. The choice has always been yours. You have not because you ask not. You have not because you believe you do not deserve to have. Everything that you desire exists in the field. Ask and it's granted to you for your highest good. There's the clincher.
Yeah.
For your highest good. So whatever you call in, be aware. So however your reality looks to you at the moment, whether it's good, bad, ugly, indifferent, on some level you've called that into your experience.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so this is where, and it's always for your highest good, always for our highest good. And then they said the law of yes always prevails. And it goes hand in hand with the law of attraction. You have to say yes. Okay? Yeah. I can hear something beeping down my driveway. There's a truck reversing. That might be my dryer arriving.
Love it.
Can we pause the video for a second?
Sure.
Yeah.
So the dryer's arrived. We're all good.
Yeah. Because nothing dries up here on the mountain. Oh my God.
It's snowing there.
It's awesome.
Anyway.
We've got 12 degrees today, which is a beautiful day up here.
Nice.
Anyway, yes, so what I was saying was the law of yes works in conjunction with the law of attraction. We have to be able to say yes, and that comes down to deserving. You know, what do you believe that you deserve?
Yeah, and feeling comfortable to say yes.
Yes.
Is the thing, because a lot of the stuff that I see is people go, oh, I can't say yes because I don't deserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's a subconscious thing. Like even though they're saying yes with their mouth, you'll get a feeling in your body if it's not aligned with your beliefs. Your body is the greatest instrument that you have. You will get an uneasy feeling. Even though you're saying yes and you're thinking yes, there's something in there that's going no. Okay. Now I'm not just talking out of my ass. Sharon knows my life. Sharon knows everything that I've been through. I called in this house and it happened like that. I'm on 15 acres of sacred ground. I manifest, sorry, I will use that word because other people get it. I manifest money hand over fist. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. Yeah. And this is what I show people how to do, is to connect with the energy of money, with the energy of anything that you desire. Because everything is energy, everything is frequency. Connect with it, call it in. Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. Cool. I love it. Go for it. Yeah, it's awesome. I just have to breathe on that one because that's, I know, that's like so cool. And, you know, I see a lot around, I don't know, I can't even sort of describe it, but do you know, on Facebook and social media and things like that, I see a lot of coaches and people saying, you know, make 10,000 a month, make 20,000 a month, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, people buy into that, right? And I get it. They're just teaching you how to do this exact thing, right? We're going to tell you for free. You don't have to pay us $5,000 to teach you how to do this. It's just that trust in you, in being able to work with people that you connect with, that want to work with you.
And this is where you see me post a lot on, I don't even know where to go with this bit of the conversation, but, you know, I'll talk about different things, and sometimes I think, oh, that's a bit weird, but then I kind of go, no, because that's really me. That's who I am. And I will connect with the people that want to connect with me for that particular reason. And for a long time, and you'll know this, Noelle, and now my throat's going because I'm trying to speak.
Yeah.
I found it really difficult to talk about the stuff that I do and my spiritual connections. And I've had them for literally my whole life, you know, since I can remember. I was like 9 years old, you know, when I first experienced, and I don't even know what it was, but it's something. But through my life, and this came up in a message I got a few weeks ago, and the word was truth. So throughout my life, I feel like I was pushed down, like, tell the truth, make sure you tell the truth, don't lie. Do you know, if you're going somewhere, oh, that's not where you're going, don't lie. Even though I never ever was a naughty child, never even did the wrong thing. You know, I never smoked, I never drank, I never took drugs, never did anything like that. But there was always this little background thing of, like, not telling the truth. And I feel like when I got this message, it was like, just stop not trusting yourself. Like, what you have is your truth, and you have to show that. You have to let that out. And that only really came just recently. And I thought, wow, okay, this is cool. I feel like I'm on the right path now, because I'm sharing my experiences and I'm sharing my world with people and what I see and I feel, and I'm not afraid to talk about that anymore, because that is my truth. Yeah,
that's beautiful. Thank you. I know, and I'm so honored that you shared that with me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And can I want to add to that also just that piece about trust. Trust, yes, in your ability. Trust also that you are an infinite being.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is your birthright. This is what I keep saying to people. This, living in abundance, whatever abundance means to you, this is your birthright. You were birthed into the physical. Yes, I understand that. You came through a person or through a woman and birthed into the physical to have a physical experience. But behind you is infinity, is everything. Everything that you ever need already exists.
Yes.
It already exists. You don't have to manufacture it. It exists already. But trust in yourself that you are infinite, that you are powerful beyond measure, beyond measure.
Yeah. And say yes.
Yeah, and say yes.
Yeah.
And say, align the Holy Trinity.
Yeah.
It's not Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. It's the Holy Trinity is what you think, what you speak, what you feel.
Yeah.
And the feeling is the key.
Yeah,
the
definitely.
Emotion is the key.
Yeah. And just before we got on this recording, I drew a card, and if I can just share it with you now.
Oh, please do, yes.
So I love Alana Fairchild, because, you know, I work a lot with the Divine Feminine. So I have the Love Your Inner Goddess cards, which are just beautiful. So the card that I drew was Beautiful Bandit.
Oh.
It's gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
And the message from this card is, don't let anybody else decide how you should feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? And know that others cannot ever successfully steal what truly belongs to you. And I went, oh, okay, this is awesome. Coming back to that whole truth thing.
Yeah.
You are the most amazing person in you,
Yeah.
and nobody else can take that away from you. What you have is what you have.
Yeah.
And you have to use it to the best of your ability. So don't let anybody else take that away from you.
Yeah. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. And
Yeah.
it took a long time. Yeah, it did. Look, I know how old you are. You know how old I am. It did take us quite a while to get to that point, though, didn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
there was layer upon layer upon layer of shit and crap that we had to get rid of first.
Oh, look, I reckon I've been working on this for me for probably a good 10 years.
Yeah.
Maybe more. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I remember you when we first met, and you said, oh, you have to come to a mediumship course with me. And I'm like, shut up, I can't do that. And you said to me, shut up, yes you can. And we went, and it was with the beautiful Ezio DeAngelis. And oh, far out. And I was on fire, and I just went, what? Like, my mind was like going, boom, I can do this. This is actually really cool. And like, I thank you for taking me there that day, because I think that was like the start of my journey of the trust, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, I've worked a lot since then, doing, you know, mediumship and working around all of the, you know, the woo-woo stuff, I'll call it, because I can't really describe it any other way. It's that energy, that connection. What is that? What does it mean? You know, working with the divine mothers, and, you know, the powers and the goddesses and that sort of thing. Like, I just love that connection and bringing all of that in, which is why I use the goddess cards, because I really connect with that part of me and that part that I've connected with. And I hope that when I work with people, that I actually bring that through for them to then be able to connect with some little part of them that they can then take with them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Really cool.
And can I add to that also? This is when I work with people, I can see where they're at in their soul journey.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so this, you know, as you were saying, you've been working on yourself for however many years, and I've been doing the same thing for well over 2 decades.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't until I did the spiral back in January, became a practitioner, that it accelerated everything.
Yeah.
Like from the end of January to now, the evolution has been astronomical. Astronomical. Is that a word?
Yes.
Anyway, thank you. It's been phenomenal. Yeah. So I want to talk quickly about what I've got coming up, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, go for it.
Awesome. Yeah. So as you know, I'm a spiral practitioner. If anybody out there is listening and wants to accelerate their growth and their ascension, like, don't waste 20 years. Please don't spend the next 20 years trying to work out who the fuck you are. Okay. Call me, message me, 8 weeks, you're a new person. Awesome. Something else that came through during one of my meditations is I saw 4 women. I'm to hold a retreat here, a mini retreat on the farm, on this sacred ground, for 4 women. I'm not going to advertise, or very little advertising, because the women that need it will come.
Yeah.
And it's going to be 4 days of transmission, of ceremony, of healing, of me passing on all my witchiness. It's the only way I can describe it. And this is where I want Sharon to be a part of as well.
Yeah.
To do her ceremonies with these women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
And another thing that I have started doing again is I've started reading, because I love reading for people. As I said, I can see through the bullshit and get to the heart of the matter. And I can always tell what part of the journey your soul is on, whether this is your last incarnation or whether you're halfway through this 3rd dimension incarnation. You might come back. We don't know. So I'm starting to read for people again. I'm going to open that up to groups where I do maybe 5 people on a Zoom call and do readings and clearings and healing for them as well.
Beautiful.
And I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
And what we'll do is when I post the video up online, we'll pop the links in underneath.
Yeah.
So that if you want to connect with Noelle, you can go direct if it's off my page, or if you want to connect with me on her page, vice versa. We'll just like connect with the links coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that's great. And something else that I really want to set up is a YouTube radio station, but I don't know how. I know it's doable, and I know that there's someone listening right now who knows how to do it.
So
I'm asking for help.
If you know how to do that, get in touch with Noelle.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Where I can just get on there, take calls, help people through whatever shit they're going through. And then, so that's really what I work a lot better when I'm talking to someone. I can read their energy very, very easily instead of doing a live video where you're typing answers.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Awesome. I feel like I need to sleep.
Yeah, good. This was a really good session. So
wow. Yeah, I mean, I know that we had a lot of distractions, but you know, I think it came out the way that it needed to.
It is what it is. Yeah, that's it. So really exciting. So thanks for chatting today, Noelle. I really loved it, and
Thank you, Sharon.
I love the information that comes through. I have now a space, which is amazing. So if you are in Sydney, definitely get in touch if you wanted to do a one-on-one session or a group session. I have a lot of creativity art workshops coming up, and I also have launching later this week, which I know it's already Wednesday, my 6-week Create the Book of You art journaling e-course. So that'll be really exciting. And later in the year, I'm also working on my 12-month Divine Feminine connection course, which will be really exciting as well. So watch this space for a few things coming along. So
I just remembered, can I also mention I've got 2 ebooks halfway written on both of them. The first one is about BDSM and kink and how to be your own dominatrix in the bedroom.
Yeah, nice.
I know. And the next one is How Did I Get Here? And this is my life story.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're going to be short and sharp, and 2 ebooks, and they're almost ready for release.
Yeah, nice. And the how you got his story is very cool. So I encourage you to look at that, people, if you want to have a good read.
Yes.
It's a good one.
Freaking awesome.
I know.
Sharon, we're going to do these, once a month now?
Hopefully once a month, yep. So
what do you mean hopefully?
Well, maybe more often. I don't know.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, it's the first of the month, and how perfect is that we did this on the first of the month?
Definitely. And I have, since I've got my space, I did a very short one on Monday on the couch with Sharon. So
awesome.
So I'm hopefully going to do a little weekly, just a 5-minute connection with people every week on the couch on a Monday morning, and it will just be alive on my page. So that's pretty cool as well. Just to sort of fill you in on what's happened through the week, any messages that have come through. If people have got questions and they would like to, ask me questions about anything arty, creativity, or, divine feminine or whatever, please message me and I will look into it and I'll answer the questions in the live on the couch.
That's awesome. I'm looking forward. I haven't seen your first one, but I'll definitely check it out after this.
Yeah, cool.
Awesome.
So, I'm pretty excited about that. So lots of stuff coming, which is good. So, like that whole manifesting thing is all happening. It's great. I love it.
It's freaking amazing.
Calling it in and saying yes, right?
Yes, say yes.
Love it. Love it.
I love you, Sharon. You're awesome.
Love
Thank
you too, my friend. Well, thank you very much. I hope
Thank you.
everybody will get something out of this video.
Yeah.
And please be in touch with either of us if you would like to know more about spiral, art journaling, divine feminine, or any of the stuff we spoke about today.
Or sex magic. I also teach sex magic.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Forgot about that.
Yeah, that'd be great. So thank you very much, and we will talk with you again in another couple of weeks. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye, viewers.
Bye.